So she got her first place. She used the script. There's an out-of-state landlord in Reno. He said, yeah. She said, hey, I'm essentially, you guys can use this, I'm essentially going to be a manager who pays you to manage your property. I'm going to make sure it looks great all the time. It's always in open house condition.
Yeah.
You know, 3 to 4 times a year. Landlords, how does that sound to you?
Yeah.
I'm going to be checking to make sure there's no leaks under the sink. I'm going to be checking to make sure that the gutters stay clear. Yeah? Because I need the place to look good. And the landlords need it. So the landlord sees it as you are a super tenant. You're more on the landlord side than a regular tenant, yes?
Yes.
If you explain it to a landlord that way, you have all the properties you want. And if you can do it without any money out of your pocket, and if you can just drive the parking lot to see if it's going to work here, right? Yes? It's good news. Okay, so she went and started decorating. Now you cannot decorate like this after COVID. The things changed, okay? But she's watching her budget because we have to watch our startup cost. Right? For me and the people I coach, I say you're not profitable. It's always bad news. You're not profitable until you pay off your startup cost. So watch your budget. This is not HGTV. They do not talk about how long it takes you to pay off your startup costs. Okay? So you pay attention to the startup costs. That's everything. That's everything. We'll get back to that. So just regular things. She used a bed from her guest room just to get started. And this is what happened. She used another script to talk to people, not hide behind your computer. She went out and talked to people, and she talked to a guy, and she got introduced to a guy who was in charge of a roadway project for 10 months, the transportation project. And she told them, hey, we got a place, we can set it up. And she asked me, it was back and forth, Al, how much should I charge? How much should I charge? I said, the guys get a housing allowance, right, per diem. It's called basically housing allowance if you're working on a government project. It's set by the Government Service Administration. You can see how much it is for Kansas City. It's essentially going to be more than $100 a day. So the guys typically making, this is even back with this, is making, anyone have a per diem? You know what it is for here? 106. 106? Okay. So I said the guy's at least making $3,000 tax-free of housing allowance. Okay. I said you should charge him at least $2,100, $2,200. And she's like, no, I don't want to gouge him. I don't want to be greedy. My rent is only $850. I don't want to be greedy. I'm like, Rochelle, you know, there's meat on the bone for this guy. Just do that. No. It was back and forth. I said, you got to be coachable if we're going to do this. She said, oh. So she said, oh, I'll ask him. I don't want to. I'll ask him. So she said, okay, how about $2,100? Ask him that. And he said, okay, let's go. Because to him it says $900 savings.